Hey, Moshe Rothschild here from the Global Israel Alliance, summarizing the news for the week ending January 10th. Here we go. Last Friday, I think it was, the United States killed the General Soleimani of Iran in a drone strike in the airport in Iran. And this week, our Prime Minister Netanyahu reaffirmed Israel's commitment to stand with the U.S. against the Iranian aggression. This week, Iran had fired 15 missiles at bases that hold U.S. troops in Iraq. Thank God there were no casualties. But Netanyahu, after the attack, reaffirmed our commitment to stand with Iran. Remember that the jihadi world sees the United States as the great Satan, sees Israel as the small Satan. So Israel and the United States must stand together against this jihadi threats, and Iran is the largest state sponsor of terror in the region and in the world. Rain continues to fall in Israel, particularly in northern Israel by the Kinneret, the Sea of Galilee. It's risen 22 centimeters in the past week, in the past few weeks alone. We have now reached more than 50 years, since 1969, this has been the most rainfall that Israel has had, which is an incredible, extraordinary blessing here. Polish President Duda said that he will boycott a ceremony at Yad Vashem commemorating the 75th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz because he has not been given an opportunity to speak. Putin, the leader of Russia, had remarked that the Poles were complicit with the Nazis during World War II, and the Polish president wanted to have an opportunity to speak so he could confront Putin and to refute him, but Israel is not giving him an opportunity to speak, so he's decided to boycott the event altogether. Palestinian terrorist Khalil Youssef Ali Jabrin was convicted by the Judea Military Court for the premeditated murder of American-Israeli activist Ari Fold. You may remember a little over a year ago, Ari was murdered. Ari was a friend of mine. He was from the town of Efrat. He was very active in promoting Israel in the media and fighting the lies of wherever you might find them. And he was murdered. There was an incredible video actually taken of Ari being stabbed by the terrorist while bleeding, chasing after that terrorist, shooting at him, and protecting a woman, a shop owner who this terrorist was going after. And he died an incredibly heroic death, and his murderer was convicted of a premeditated crime, and hopefully he'll sit in jail for the rest of his life. Flash floods caused by the very heavy rains have claimed the lives of at least 4 people this week in Israel. I think there may even been a few more. And there was a particularly tragic one when I think it was a 30-year-old man, something like that, was trying to save a couple other people. He saved them, and he himself died. According to the year-end report by the IDF, in 2019, there were 1,295 documented rocket attacks from Gaza into Israel. Of those, 729 landed in open areas, 478 rockets were intercepted by the Iron Dome defense system. Now, it's incredible that Israel sustains these rocket attacks from Gaza. If you could only imagine the country where you're from, most of you watching this are Americans, imagine one single rocket coming from Mexico or one single rocket coming from Canada. The United States would flatten the place. But in Israel, we tolerate this. This week, also, when they announced that Vladimir Putin was coming to the conference here, the mother of Naama Issachar said, "I will physically block Putin from visiting Rivlin." If you remember, Naama Issachar is the young Israeli-American who was caught allegedly with a very small amount of marijuana and imprisoned for 7.5 years for drug trafficking in Russia. And it seems to be that she's a pawn in a much bigger political scheme. In a true miracle this year, a long-lost son saw his mother again for the first time since he was 6 months old. What's the story here? There was a woman who married an Arab man over 30 years ago, and they were living in Ashkelon. Little did she know that this was a ploy, and the man took their children to the Gaza Strip 29 years ago. And last month, for the first time, this woman was reunited with her son who had come to Israel for a surgery. And he found out that his mother was Jewish. It was an incredible story from the media this week. She's now also in touch with her daughters as well. But now her son has stayed and is now living his life as a Jew in Israel. Israeli archaeologists continue to find remarkable evidence of the Jewish people's rich history in the land of Israel. At the city of David, they uncovered a rare 2,000-year-old measuring table used for liquid items such as wine and oil, which again indicates that there was that the city of David was a major town. There was a major town square along the Pilgrimage Road, which was the road that led from the city of David up to the Temple Mount in the old city of Jerusalem. Israel announced this week they have this incredible technology. It's a new laser weapon which will complement the existing anti-missile defense system. It's a high-energy laser for the interception of long-range threats. If any of you remember a 1980s video game called Missile Command, this reminds me very much of that. Let's see. I think that's about it for now. Wishing you all a wonderful, amazing Shabbat. And again, I will be traveling next Sunday. I will be in Florida. I will be in St. Louis. I will be in Chicago. If you're anywhere near those areas and you'd like to get together for any reason or want to hear more details, let me know. February 23rd, the Israel Conference in Naples, Florida. Go to our website, IsraelAlliance.org. Have a great Shabbat, a great weekend. Moshe Rothschild from the Global Israel Alliance.